What's up, guys? King of the Night, Vince Events, I'm EX Turk. Last video of the night, I just, spent like a lot of time getting my laptop down. Before I get started, this video is brought to you by Vision Works Glasses store at the Old Park Mall. They fixed and tightened the bolt of these glasses, so if I were you, I'd just go ahead and you do your business when it comes to glasses. There you get cool glasses like this. Also brought to you by Heat Wave Doritos. First Chipotle cream, then heat. These are so hot. These change. So let's get started with this fan theory. Now, I believe diamond weapons. The reason why I had the video clip I had there of Nellicard Island, I guess that's what it's called, the one island that Noctis is imprisoned in chapter 14, is it would make sense to the continuity, because I think that find the materials for a diamond weapon for Verstale, even though if Verstale send people, let's just say, I mean, he don't go, he sends either Ravis, because Ravis is in the Niflheim Empire before High Commander. This is how he would earn the High Commander position. Verstale would send him to find the diamond weapon. Now, it would have to be outside Lucis. Remember, even though Final Fantasy is its own different universes, there are territories outside of Lucis. There are other provinces and islands outside of Lucis. You can't go any further, so the world can't be explored as much. Besides Insomnia, we don't know what territories are outside of Lucis. And I think the materials for a diamond weapon most likely came out of Lucis. That's why diamond weapons are one of the strongest weapons, one of the strongest creations besides Glocka of Verstale's, because the materials had to be imported. Now, you can't get this in the shipment box, so my theory is Verstale sent Ravis to excavate ruins in Nellicard Island, the same ruins where Noctis was imprisoned in chapter 14, which there's a good reason why that Noctis was imprisoned in that same island. Arden could have threw him in any other prison, but Arden put him his a sleep body in one of the prisons, or maybe Bahamut transferred him to that prison to complete his solitude training. So maybe this island is special. Maybe this has special beings, and when the Star Scourge hit Lucis and any neighboring countries that of Lucis had special higher class demons, because people, had fled there and become immigrants of Lucis, which makes sense, which will be stronger demons. No light, that means more demons. So it could be possible that there's a ruin in Nellicard Island, possibly even ruins that are even worse than the Piteos ruins. Remember, the Niflheim Empire, besides Arden knows about the Piteos ruins. Nobody else knows about the Piteos ruins except Arden, possibly. So there could be ruins even worse than the Piteos ruins, filled with nothing but demons of every class. And it's not near the Gilgamesh thing in episode Gladiolus. It's in Nellicard Island, right next to Golden Key, which would explain why in chapter 14 it's infested with S-class demons. Because they're next to the island that has the best demons, because it's a territory outside Lucis. In order to go take a look at it without hacking the game, you'd have to have the flying regalia, but you couldn't even land there with the regalia. You could only go there in chapter 14, during Noctis' slumber, which maybe either Arden beat him up and kidnapped him and put him there when he was asleep, or maybe Bahamut transferred him there, which that's why that place has so much significance in chapter 14. There must be a reason. There's something special about Nellicard Islands, even though there's no people on it. It's probably housing a lot of demons because the ancient ruins that were in Nellicard Island. That there's ancient ruins probably past where Noctis was prison. Noctis was in prison, or at least kept in solitude in one of the places there, or maybe a house that was there a long time ago, or a smaller ruins. But there must be some bigger ruins in that island that Verstale needed some specimens in order for Ravus to complete some of his training to become the High Commander of the Niflheim Empire. That's one of the training besides replacing Glocka. But this is where General Glocka's armor and diamond weapon came from. Maybe could it be possible that there was once an emerald weapon, ruby weapon, and sapphire weapon in this world? I know it sounds far-fetched, but maybe those existed. Maybe there were good weapons all along. Maybe Ravus was only able to capture emerald weapon, because emerald weapon looks like diamond weapon. And then when Verstale got the dead captured, and maybe there were astrals. Maybe the other weapons were astrals. Maybe this is what Ignis is talking about by a few of the other 6. Maybe one of them was the emerald weapon, and Ravus was only strong enough to take out emerald weapon. Verstale must have forgave Ravus, knowing how hard these weapons were. And then when Verstale got his hands on emerald weapon's corpse, he turned it into a diamond weapon. Maybe this ancient Nellicard island was housing the weapons. And since the Niflheim Empire couldn't control the other weapons or get the other weapons and convert them into demons like he did with Emerald Weapon to make them into Diamond Weapon, the other weapons were killed off. There's a reason why Ignis in the train scene says the other 6 was killed by the Niflheim Empire. And this will explain how Diamond Weapon was able to get excavated in order to go under Verstale's control. Because he sent Ravus to fight one of them, and Ravus is only able to get Emerald Weapon. And then Verstale turned it into Diamond Weapon. And pretty much linked it to General Glocka's armor, because maybe some of the crystals, the purple crystals you see on General Glocka's armor, I think some of those crystals come from the same ruins where the weapons were once there. The weapons that used to be there before the Niflheim Empire wiped them out, except for Emerald, because Emerald is the one that turned into Diamond. And when you turn its color, I guess it turns into a demon. But it's linked to General Glocka's armor, meaning that there's crystals. The purple crystals in General Glocka's armor came from the same place. The fan theory is, I think it's possible Verstale took not only Emerald Weapon, but some experimental crystals to turn into General Glocka, and that's how he was able to make Diamond Weapon and then attack on Samia. So tell me what you think about this theory. May the crystal be with you, and nighty night.